guys, it's me Fatiyadi and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to get right to the point. We're speaking about advice I want to give young girls from being in my final year of teenagerhood. Let's get right into it. Number one, boys are a distraction, and no, you do not need experience. This is coming from someone who growing up thought that to be cool you need to speak to loads of boys, and that if you didn't speak to loads of boys you were ugly, which is not true. It's false. In fact, I think it's the prettiest girls that hold their standards high and keep their legs. Let's not get too deep in this video. Let's not get too deep. Speaking to many boys does not mean that you're pretty. Speaking to many boys does not mean that everyone wants you. Does not mean that you have more value and worth, okay? Some girls are so beautiful and no boys want them. First of all, let me say as well, when you're a teenager, obviously the boys you're speaking to are teenage boys, and most teenage boys, they don't have their heads screwed on, okay? They're just looking for one thing and one thing only, and we already know what that is. So it's just not worth it going down that road and getting to know them, especially if you're showing red flags. Obviously, there's some guys that are going to be amazing and want to treat you right and want to be friends with you and want to hang out with you and just respect you. Those are the ones you should be going to. Those are the ones that you should have a good time with, have fun with, and get to know them and go on cinema dates and just do young stuff like we do in the movies. Watch the sunset at the back of your truck in your car. If you have a car while you're a teenager living in Ireland. If you're 17, ooh, you're lucky. If it's not that movie star type of boy that is really worth your time, don't invest into it. Don't give into it. There's nothing wrong with having guy friends, okay? You don't have to all of a sudden like marry this guy. You guys can be friends. You don't want to get distracted, and I mean distracted by so many things. Number one, distracted from your studies. Your school is important. It's an essential part in your life. You don't want to be distracted because of some dude that hasn't texted you back. Number two, you don't want to get distracted on your personal development, and it's very easy to get distracted from that. Instead of you to be getting to know yourself and to see your likes and what's working for you and what you like doing, instead you're just focusing on a guy and what he likes and how he wants you to be and how can you improve yourself to make sure that other guys like you. Is this a knockoff effect that I would not recommend anyone to do in their teenage years? It's what I went through. Instead of getting to know myself and experimenting with myself, it's just what's cool, what will make more guys like me, what will make me look more attractive, you know? Don't do that. It's a distraction. Don't focus on boys. I'm telling you, every single area of your life, there will be guys, but don't let them distract you. And just think about it like this. This is how I think about it, okay? One day you're going to be married and you're not going to be thinking about all them 1 million Johns, Jeffries, Lukes, Bens, Connor, Rileys that you spoke to when you were younger. You're not going to remember them because they're going to be married too, okay? So, like, don't get too caught up on them. Don't take them too seriously. Don't really take boys serious in your teenage years. Use your teenage years as a prime time to learn, to understand, to have fun, to enjoy, to fail, to win, to succeed, to give up, not to give up. See what I did there? Not to give up. Yes, we're not giving up. Praise God. Use your teenage years to get experience, and not experience in dating, like maybe whatsoever, but not to serious point. Like, I don't understand. I don't think you need to be 14 and in a relationship for 2 years. Sorry, I don't think you need to be like 15 and in a relationship with a guy for like 5 years. When you're young, like that's the time to explore and to understand other people and stuff like that. But if you're just locking yourself up in a relationship, like relationships are serious and a lot of commitment and emotion. And I'd hate to see like you as a young girl spending your teenage years getting hurt and getting like upset and being in a toxic relationship, and now like you're gonna spend your 20s having that perception of like, oh, this is how relationships are gonna be, when in reality you were both really immature and you were both really young, so you hurt each other without like wanting to, by accident, even because you guys weren't developed to know how to treat each other properly. You didn't have the proper resources either to treat each other properly as well as being young. So what I'm saying at this point is that don't focus on relationships while you're young in your teenage years. Just, yes, you can speak to God. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying you can, but don't take it so seriously. Don't take it as like life or death that you need to have a boyfriend and you need to speak to someone. Like, I know all those Pinteresty pictures are all cute, but just know that one day you'll have that picture as well. Maybe one day you'll be posting those pictures and I'll be looking at them. I'll be like, so cute, you know? But don't make it life or death to have a boyfriend. And no, you don't need experience. A lot of people say, yeah, you need to have a boyfriend while you're young to have experience. Like, you don't need experience with the right person. Just think about it like this. Does anyone ever have experience being a mother? No, they don't. No one has experience. It just happens. Some things you learn as it happens. So when you do get your first boyfriend, then you get the experience from that person. How can you use someone else's experience on another person? That just goes into social norms and toxicness. The hype is being yourself. One thing that really breaks my heart when I see young girls is I see them going into someone that's not them, Let me explain. So a few young girls, because obviously I have a younger sister, and like I grew up seeing her friends when they were really young. Keep in mind, we have about like a 3-year age gap. So when I was like 13, they were like 10, and it was so cute. And I've seen their personalities, I've seen how they are. They're so cute, so funny. Now, as some of them have grown up, like they just become like what everyone else has become. And I'm just like, what happened to that funny girl? What happened to that girl that made jokes? What happened to that girl that didn't care to say crazy things? Not to bring anyone down, but I just hate seeing people that are so ambitious and are such a strong personality and really like funny and really happy and really like exciting people just dim their light down just to fit in with society. So what I'm telling you is that the real hype is being yourself. If you want to be like everyone else, that's fine. Shove yourself into the lines of society, into what's normal, what's not normal, how your hair should look, how your hair should. Mid-video prayer. Heavenly Father, I pray that all the young girls and older girls and people that are watching this video really take this advice, and I pray it really sits on their heart, Lord. I pray help them to know that they don't have to be like anyone else, and they're amazing. You made them fearfully and wonderfully made with a beautiful purpose, God. I pray that you can use our youth to do amazing things in the world and in our life and our family and friends' life as well, in Jesus' name, amen. Harder to be someone else. It's harder to be the structure society has set for you than to be yourself, okay? So let me explain. Because with society, it's just like, you can't say this, you can't say that, don't post on your story unless you're going to look like a beg, wait 5 minutes to text this person back unless you're going to look like you're too available. If you wear that, make sure that it's not too much, or else people are going to look at you too much, you're going to get too much attention. And it's just like, all these rules, all these social standards are put on young girls. And obviously when I was younger, like 14, 15, 16, maybe 17 as well, I put those standards on myself. It's like, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to not do, this type of shoes I used to wear. Like, I would not wear a shoe if it was not popular. I wouldn't even wear Huaraches. Like, obviously Huaraches are back in fashion now, but back then, like when they got out of fashion, I wouldn't wear them. But now, guys, I'm whipping it up with my Fila's. Like, literally, I'm whipping it up with shoes that I don't even know the name of because it looks nice, and that's all. Even my fashion sense as well. I don't care what's trendy anymore. I just care about what looks nice on my body and what do I like wearing, and that's the important thing. Even with my hair, I heard so many times when I was younger that dark-skinned girls should not have colored hair. Does it look like I followed that standard? No, look at me and tell me if it looks like I followed that standard. Back then I did, but now I did not. And I did get colored hair once when I was young. I think I was like 15 or 16. I can't remember the exact age. I got colored hair and I got dragged. People were literally making fun of me. They were calling me rock star. People were like, oh, your hot pink hair or whatever. Like, people were literally like going at me. But you know what? At least I had personality. And you know what? I was myself. Not so much myself, but now I'm myself. So what I'm telling you, young girls, is be yourself. I know it's hard, and sometimes you might wonder, what is myself? That's a hard question. What is myself? Being yourself is being you, where you don't have to think about what to do. You just do it naturally. That's being yourself. When you see an outfit and you feel like, I like that naturally. But not being yourself is when you start thinking about other people's opinions and thinking, what's this person going to say? But this person didn't wear that, so if I wear, am I going to look weird? That's not being yourself. That's trying to be that other person, or that's trying to be the person that society wants you to be. You have to do what you feel is right for you to do, and obviously like something that God agrees with for you to do, and you have to wear and be how you are. Stop copying other people. Like, there's no excitement in being like everyone else. Everyone else is just like clones of each other. Literally, like, what do you have to offer being someone else? Nothing. But what do you have to offer being yourself? Everything. Your personality, your life experiences, your funny stories, your history, your family life. You have so much to offer. So don't get lost trying to be like someone else in your teenage years. Try and embrace who you are and get to know yourself, because it's a hard question, like, who am I? And if you ask yourself that question because you don't know the answer. And I was there before, I had no idea what I'd like. Literally in class, they'd be asking stuff like, oh, name 3 things about yourself. I'd probably say my age, I'm fetty, I'm Irish. But now I can say, oh, I love traveling, I love going to Barcelona, I love motorcycles for some random reason. I have a business. I love helping in the church. I don't know why. I like to speak about God. I like talking. I love fashion a lot. I love doing new hairstyles. I love my, like, you know, I could go on forever. Those probably don't sound like good points. But if you guys really want a video of me saying what I like, then okay, tell me down below. But yeah, be yourself and get to know yourself, because it is a hard question asking, who am I? Or like, what is being myself? But over the years, as you get to know yourself, you will know. And this leads me directly into my final point, number 3. In your teenage years, investing into your passions and your dreams and your talent and your gifts. Let me explain, okay? For example, if you like singing, this is the time to do it now that you're a teenager, because this is the time where you live with your parents. You don't have like massive bills, like you're not paying rent. You don't have to work if you really don't want to. Well, everyone's family situation is different, everyone's life is different, so I can't really say, but most teenagers, like if they want to work, it's because they want some extra money to be able to learn how to drive or to like buy makeup, be able to go out with their friends without asking their parent for money, which is great. But if you can, like, do stuff that invest into your dreams and your passions. Like if you're someone that's really passionate about traveling, try travel, you know. That can give you so much experience and so much knowledge for when you become an adult, and you can make that profitable. If you're someone that likes to sing and make music, enroll yourself in music classes, enroll yourself in singing classes, join a choir, all of these stuff that can like skyrocket you, and you can just invest in yourself. If you're someone that likes to read, like if you're someone that likes to read and to write, make sure you buy all the books you can buy, read all the books you can read, and write as much as you want, because I feel like in teenage years we have the most freedom that we're going to have probably in most of our life. We have no children to look after, and I know some teenagers obviously have children as well. Don't have like that much responsibility. We're not paying rent. We don't have to do a lot of stuff. Like our parents do a lot of stuff for us. Use your teenage years to invest in yourself and in your passions. Like if you make money, then like invest that into what you really love. So maybe in the future that could be your dream job. Don't wait till you turn older to start working on your dream job. Start working on it right now. Like who said you have to be a certain age to be able to do something? You can do anything you want right now at your age, whether that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, or 19, like me. Whatever you need to do, you can do it right now, and you don't need to wait. Because I used to tell myself before, I always knew I was really good at Spanish, and I was just like, when I got fired from my first translation job, I was just like, oh, in the future I will probably like start a translation agency. But then I obviously have one now. I started it already, because I realized that like, why am I saying in the future? What's so like, how do I know the future? What's in the future? Like I have right now, so let me use it, and we have right now, so let's use it. Teenagehood is the best time to invest in your passions and your dreams, and to just like improve your skills in certain areas. What can you be doing right now to like strengthen your skills about something you love, or even like invest more in something you like doing, or a dream, or you hope, or hope. Like say in the future, like say you really want to be like a YouTuber, like you don't have to wait till you're older to start a YouTube channel. You can start when you're 13, you can start when you're 17, like any age. Like if you really like dancing, you don't have to wait till you're older to try and be a professional dancer. There's this conception that you have to be older before you do things, but start young. Maybe because everyone else started when they're older, that's why they feel like it has to be done when they're older. Well, do it when you're young. Why not? Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm so happy I got to speak about this topic with you. I'm really excited I'm getting videos out this consistently, because I have so much I want to share with you. Please subscribe, share this with a friend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.